Have you ever tried consciously to speak and not use fillers? That's what I tried to do. When I was 7 years old, my mum used to try and correct my English, and it worked because she would say, don't say where is it to, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is it? Don't speak Somerset. And if I said, I want a bit of water, she said, it's a drop of water and a bit of food. And she said, be well spoken, you don't need to have to be speaking posh. I then remember reading in church out loud when I was about 10 years old in a school service. Then I used to practice my CSE archery presentation to the class in school before the exam. So I remember being in school having the confidence to stand in front of the class as a teenager. And as a Bristol police cadet, I had a quick introduction to the art of public speaking, and I was coached like others, and I was told, don't say he was the best engineer, say arguably he was the best engineer, just in case someone in the audience can prove you wrong. And from that era, I was listening to BBC Radio 4 all my life, a middle class, educated speech station where it's the home of wordsmiths. So I was picking up phrases and looking up new words. And I've had some media opportunities. I remember being 15 years old speaking on Radio Bristol when I won a painting competition, and I've been on the radio off and off and television since then. My latest was speaking live on the Jeremy Vine show, Radio 2, about me meeting Winnie Mandela on the day that she passed away. So I've had an increased sensitivity about how I come across and how other people sound when I listen to them or watch them. And Noel Edmonds, he said on Radio 1 when I was a teenager, fillers, you know what I mean? He said, be awkward and say, no, I don't know what you mean. And John Humphreys et al. On BBC Radio 4 has said that the standard of English is being lowered. And I think a lot of young people are lowering the level of English because they're going online, they're listening to American television, films, and they're picking up Americanisms. For example, should we say in British English schedule or schedule? When I ask people that, a lot of them get the answer wrong. It's a schedule. Fillers, like. So many young children, teenagers, they literally put the word like as a filler in every other sentence, all across Britain, all across the classes. And they'll say kind of, sort of, basically, pretty much. And then I'd be awkward and I'd say, give me the non-basic version, or where does the basic version end before the non-basic version takes over? And I've been disappointed by some BBC presentations of the likes of John Simpson, for example. He'll be saying, this is John Simpson, Addis Ababa for News at 10. He's in command of his brief, perfect report. But when you watch the likes of him on a BBC radio debate, and there's a question coming at him that he doesn't know in advance what it is, you're hearing umming and ahhing. And I'm disappointed about that. There's a programme on BBC Radio 4 called Just a Minute, which is an evergreen. You have to speak for 1 minute without repetition, deviation, or hesitation. Very difficult. Now, President Obama has been my favourite speaker. And this is what I do to show people how Obama avoids fillers. He will speak like this. And I try to get the audience to tell me what style Obama has. And it's like this, because what he's just finished saying, someone's going to think what he's just said upon reflection, or predict what he's going to say next. And yes, you've guessed it, he pauses, he lives with silence. He doesn't need to fill ah. And a lot of people, when you ask them a question, they might start off with, well, I mean, Try and eliminate the fat and only use the meat. And you'll develop the confidence to speak to anybody, from the Queen to anybody in the world. If you listen to my interview with Steve Yabsley on BBC Radio Bristol, Somerset, on the Michael Turner channel, not one of us in 24 minutes ummed and ahed or used fillers. On my YouTube videos, I have had a weakness. I'm trying to correct it. The filler I use, which might not be apparent, is the word "and." When I'm thinking about something to say next and I don't have a script in front of me, I'll give myself that extra time by using the word "and" as a filler, and I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to be a speaker who doesn't use fillers and irritating phrases, and I don't want to be predicted with cliches and patterns as I speak. People will say in cliches, for example, at the end of the day. About 5 words, you could get away with the word ultimately, couldn't you? So I'm saying, I'm always trying to think what I'm saying. I choose the words carefully, make every word count, use powerful words, use words that are detailed and have a lot of meaning, and avoid vague words. This video is not lecturing or patronizing. It's aimed at giving everybody something to think about and say, yes, that was a useful video. Ciao for now.